Hope you guys are doing fantastic. I just wanted to go live really quick and share some thoughts with you guys. I hope that I am on the right ratio, on the right aspect. If I'm not, I apologize. It's been a long day with all kinds of different activities, let's just say, going on. But I wanted to keep it really quick and talk about three things in particular today. On this video, I wanted to talk about how to identify if your work is truly moving you forward, if the work that you're doing on a daily basis is really moving you forward, or is it just, busy work that you're doing to say that you're doing some work, right? Two, the key shifts to maximize results and to maximize your efforts and get results, right? The key shifts that I think you want to think about for your mind, right? These are just my opinions from my experiences, and I'm hoping to share it with you guys, and hopefully it makes sense for one person at least. And last but not least, the final thing I'm going to talk about is how to stay consistent and turn daily actions into income. If you guys have been following me for any bit of time, you understand that I've been talking about income. I've been talking about insurance. I've been talking about all of these different things that every single one of us should have, but maybe we don't. Some of it we do, but finances is a big deal, right? And we just had a election not too long ago, new president in office, and the things that we're seeing right now indicate that there's going to be a lot of changes to come. I mentioned, in an earlier video, one of the changes that I have seen personally was from my employment. There's going to be another video possibly that shows up that's scheduled for another time, but nonetheless, we're here now, right? And it's interesting because this particular um, job again was 3.5 years, and I was working it, and all of a sudden at the end of January they said, hey, look, it looks like it's coming to an end. And that's what happened. So how do you identify, first thing that we're talking about, if the work that you're doing is actually moving you forward? I've said this before. Who are you becoming at your job? Who are you turning into? Like, is your job making you a better person? Is your job making you hate coming to work? Is your job hating you hate the 9 to 5? Is your job making you more comfortable? What is your job, turning you into? Right? We've all seen the picture. I don't know if you've seen it, but I've seen it. There was a picture once I saw, I don't even know where or how this picture was created, but somebody was just sitting there, and I think they were getting pumped with food or something, and they were sitting there either playing a video game or watching TV with the remote control. It was crazy. They were just obese. But anyway, you can picture that happening, right? If imagine if that was your job, was to sit there in front of, anyway, who are you becoming is the question. Who are you becoming while you're doing whatever it is that you're doing? Is it somebody that you're going to be proud of when you look down later on and say, oh my God, like, look at who I've become after doing this job for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 5 years, right? Sometimes I think it's important for us to just step back, slow down, and then ask the question and make a decision if we like what we see. And if we don't like what we see, then it's okay to stop and pivot. And I think one of the things sometimes that holds people back is the fear of, what are other people going to say? What are other people going to think if I stop and I pivot now? Maybe I've been doing this thing for a year or two now. Maybe I haven't been having the success that I've been hoping that I would have, but you know, I don't want to stop and pivot now, because what will somebody think of me if I change directions now? Who cares? Right? That's my feeling towards that. Who cares? People are gonna do whatever they're gonna do. They're gonna talk about you regardless of what you do, right? So just do whatever makes you feel happy, whatever makes you feel like you're actually making the progress and your effort is going somewhere. Don't just be doing it because you think other people will respect you because you're in that position or in that job or in that role, right? So, number two, the key shifts to maximize your effort and get real results. I think the main thing, and I don't care what it is that you're doing, your mindset has to be right. If your mindset is not right, then anything that you're doing, you're gonna have obstacles and challenges. And once they come, you're gonna probably look for the back door to escape the situation because your mindset says, you know what, obstacles and challenges aren't part of the journey. I don't want to necessarily struggle. I don't want to go through anything that shakes anything up. I want it to be smooth sailing from beginning to end. But the reality is, life isn't like that. Life is filled with ups and downs and challenges and goods and bads and uglies. So you have to be able to take the bitter with the sweet, but realize that the challenges, the obstacles, those are the moments that actually allow you to grow the most. And some people haven't seen any of that growth because they're so busy running away from all the obstacles, running away from all the challenges, but yet they want the results that the people who go through obstacles and challenges get. Doesn't work that way. You can't expect to get the return before you've invested, right? You got to invest and then let the investment work and then you get the returns. But a lot of times, if you think about it, people want to say, hey, you know what? I'll believe it when I see it. If people invested like, hey, I'll believe it when I see it, they would never have anything to see because they didn't have any vision to put the investment in when it was time to actually invest. So here it is. Man, you know, life sucks for a lot of people, man. I'm going to tell you like this, the fact that we're alive, that's a blessing. So let's just keep on pushing. And you have everything in you. The situation may be rough right now, but just realize that you have everything in you to change that situation. And it's not going to be easy. Like I was saying, life is hard. Life is a challenge, right? But I always think of this quote when I think of, life is rough, life is hard, life is a challenge. What's the alternative, right? If we're here and we're struggling today, at least we're alive and we have the opportunity to do better tomorrow. Always, for me at least, I think thinking optimistically, just the what if could go either way. What if it goes bad? But, what if it goes good? So I always like to think on the positive side of the coin, knowing that, hey, it might land on the negative side. And if that's what happens, then, I'm going to go through it and learn from it and grow from it. That's all you can do. You can't change things that are out of your control. The things that are in your control, I think those are the things that we want, right? How do you actually creating revenue or creating income for the future? For me, I think taking time to reflect, you can see a lot, you can learn a lot. Every one of us, was born and learned things up until today. If you're watching and you're saying, hey, look, I'm learning things right now, that's good. Some people aren't learning anything. You're making the best use of your time by investing in yourself. That's one of the best investments that anybody can make, is investing in yourself, getting better so that you can be able to take care of yourself, take care of other people. Right now, a lot of people are in a situation where life is hard and life is rough and they don't have an answer. And if you're taking the time, taking the effort, the energy to invest to make yourself better so that you can be there for somebody else, then you're already on the way. You could be that rock, that foundation that somebody else needs to stand on when life is shaky for them. One of the things that I've been talking about that some people have caught on to and some people have reached out, asked questions. Some people have reached out, asked questions and didn't follow through. See, there's a law of averages. And I want you to pay attention to the law of averages of things that are going on in your situation. The law of averages just simply states that, it's a numbers game. And one out of so many people will take a certain action. For example, if I said, hey, if you're watching this video right now, feel free to subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Make a world of difference for me and all of the content that I'm putting out there to make sure that more people see it. Out of 100 people, only certain amount of people will actually hit that subscribe button. Everybody might hear it, but only certain amount of people will hit it. Some people will say, why would I hit that button? I'm not going to do it. But the law of averages says that if you do a certain amount of times, you're bound to get the result that you're looking for. And a lot of times people either don't have the courage to take the first step to do whatever the thing is that they're thinking about doing. So it's always in their mind, but it never gets put into the atmosphere. It never gets worked on. It never gets the attention so that it can actually come to life. It just stays a dream or a wish, right? So if you do get that courage and you step out and you take that leap of faith and you start doing the work, the next thing that you want to do is become a good student of the actual work that you're doing, the results that you're looking for. If I said, hey, look, I want to become a chef tomorrow, and I got into the kitchen without any experience of cooking, and I didn't follow the instructions, I wasn't paying attention to the chef, what kind of skill set would I develop, right? If I wasn't paying attention, it probably wouldn't be a good one. So it's important, even though you might have been at your previous role or whatever it is that you're doing before you start something new, give yourself the time, give yourself the grace that, hey, look, I'm going to mess up a little bit, but it's part of life. Even when you're a kid, before you started walking and running, you fell a few times. And if your parents said, hey, you know what? This baby's broken. Baby keeps falling. Baby's not working. Let's get rid of this one and get another one. Then that would sound crazy, but that's how a lot of people live their life when it comes to learning new skills. They don't give themselves the time to learn the skill. They feel like they should be an expert after, one day, 1 week, 1 month. And it's funny because I think back to 2008 when I graduated from college with this accounting degree. Again, I had a little bit of a chip on my shoulder. I was ready to get into the workforce and get to work. I have this degree and I need some professional experience. I need to get in the door. And they were like, no, sorry. It's 2008. They're like, where's the experience? No experience. I just came in ready to work. And they were like, no, it's not going to work that way. Try somewhere else. So after getting, doors slammed in your face a few times, you pick up a little bit of thick skin along the way. And that was a good lesson to learn right away, because I'll tell you, there's a lot of people who might have landed that first job and got super, super comfortable because, hey, right out of college, got my first job, everything's going exactly as planned. Since my situation didn't work out that way, didn't go exactly as planned, there were some challenges, there's some adversity right away. I said, hey, you know what? It's part of life, right? Let's just keep going. Let's keep grinding. What ended up happening was really cool because it was probably the biggest aha moment that I've, experienced in life. One of the things that has really shaped who I am today is the fact that I didn't get that job and I had to start doing sales, direct sales, marketing, and promotions. And the funny thing was, it was actually marketing and not sales. There was more of a marketing aspect to it, and the sales happened because we were really good at the marketing. And another thing that I learned from that experience was that profits, my friends, are better than wages. Profits are better than wages. Think about that. If you're working at a job, you know that your boss, the owner of the company, whoever owns that business is making majority of the profit. And that person may not even be at that job or that location where you work. But because they've owned it, they own it, they set everything up, and you're pretty much a piece to that whole machine. You're earning because you show up. And the day that you don't show up, they're not paying you for not showing up. But the boss may never show up and he just calls and makes sure that you're showing up so that he makes his money. So when you think about that, every last one of us has the opportunity to put ourselves in a situation where we can actually leverage either a system, a business, a product, a service. We can leverage something to be able to put ourselves in a situation where we're not just trading time for money until we die. Because whether or not you've written that down as your game plan, some of us are actually on that game plan and may not even know it, that we're pretty much working ourselves to the grave. So if that's you, then, I hope this video actually makes sense and comes across on your side. But what I would like to do is see if anyone is interested, if anyone is if any of this is resonating with anybody. Leave your comments. I'd like to know what your thoughts are, what you're dealing with, what you may be struggling with at this time that maybe we can talk about, share some information, and connect. And if you're here, just give me a thumbs up if my aspect ratio is the way that it should be, because I was moving around and doing a bunch of different things, and I don't know if my video's like this or if it's like this, but I need some help, man. I can't. Nobody wants to help me. Everybody keeps coming and going, which makes me think my video's like this when it should be like this. I don't know what's happening. It's been a long day. I'm gonna say that it's been a long day, and leave your thoughts. I'd like to know. See somebody's in here. Feel free. Let me know. How's the ratio? Vertical, horizontal? What are you seeing? Help me out here. And they're like, nope, I'm not helping you. I'm gone. So this is what I'm talking about, man. People say that they want to help you out. In reality, they just want to laugh at you and point the finger when you're not necessarily at the best. It's a damn shame too. But what are you gonna do? People will be people, right? We all work with them. We all live with them. Hopefully we can just motivate them to do better with the time and the energy that they have, right? All I was trying to do is figure out if my aspect ratio isn't the right thing, and nobody, not one person. Last time I did a live, I realized Shamalama Hamdam was going on, and nobody told me. But again, it's been a long day, ladies and gentlemen, and a lot of things have been happening. I will be back tomorrow to update you on some of the things and give you some more information to hopefully ease some of the stress that may be going on in your life right now. It's going on for a lot of people. Don't feel like you're the only one. The only thing that I would recommend and suggest is just realize that it's temporary. Realize that you have the opportunity and the option to look at things from a different vantage point, a different perspective. Be optimistic as much as possible. Don't let the negative situations that are floating around get you down. If I can help in any way, I'm here for it. I want to see you winning. So please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Hit that bell notification. And if any of this made sense, please feel free to share. Come back. The next video is going to be probably tomorrow or the day after, but I'm going to be putting out more and more content consistently because, again, 2025 is the year of the conversation. I don't know about the year of the dragon, the year of the snake. I'm sure it has its meaning. For me, it's the year of the conversation because I'm going to be talking to as many people as I can, whether it's on this platform, in person, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, it doesn't matter. I'm going to be all over the place. So feel free, subscribe if you haven't already. Join the journey. Let's go ahead and just make life better one day at a time by thinking positive, helping other people, uplifting, not just saying that we're going to help other people, but actually going ahead and doing the damn thing. Okay? I'll see you on the next one. Peace.